Alright, cool. Hi, I'm Colleen Green, and today I'm here with Dent May.
What's up, y'all? How's it going?
Alright, question number 1, Dent. Do you have any good nicknames?
Yeah, well, a lot of my friends call me Dan May. I have a lot of alter egos, more than nicknames. So I'm like Dent May, Brent May, who's kind of more of like a businessman. Trent May is kind of like a youth director. Clint May is like a good old boy redneck. Who else is there? There's one. Maybe Brent May is also like kind of an exercise instructor kind of a guy. They kind of overlap and stuff, but they're more like alter egos and alternate personalities than nicknames.
Where did those alter egos come from?
I don't know. I think it started out that I was like making music under alternate names like Dent, Sweat, and other things. So, like, I don't know. They just
Is it
happened.
like Keith Sweat?
Keith Sweat. Yeah, I like to joke that Keith Sweat's my cousin. My mom's maiden name is Sweat, so I've like used that before, which I think is a really cool name. And I love Keith Sweat's music, but I'm not aware that we're related.
So, we're here in beautiful Oxford, Mississippi, home of Mississippi University?
Ole Miss.
Or Ole Miss.
Yeah.
What would happen to me if I was to go out and say that Ole Miss was the worst college in the whole world?
I think that because people are really polite here and Southern hospitality is a real thing, that people would be nice to you, but they would probably like silently judge you and talk about you behind your back if you were to talk about Ole Miss. I mean, people are really feel strongly about the college sports angle, but if you were to insult the academics, I don't think anyone would care.
Okay, great. All right, great. Next question. What were you for Halloween last year?
Last year I was actually a religious protester for Halloween, so like I wore a suit and I had a sign which I still have inside somewhere. It said God hates you on one side, and the other side said repent or perish. And like I wore a suit and carried a Bible, and I like went around town and like actually yelled at people that they were going to hell. So the kind of idea was that some people wouldn't really know if it's in a costume or if it's a real like protester, because that actually happens here. There will be like people with signs like saying you're going to hell for celebrating Halloween and stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so we played a great show in Oxford, Mississippi last night, and there was a party here at the Dude Ranch where you live. Who was the weirdest person here last night?
Oh, am I filming you? No offense, but I think that maybe you guys were the weirdest people at the party, because most kids here are just college students studying boring things, and you guys are rock and rollers out on the road, and that's probably more interesting than your average college student story.
Good answer. You've been wonderful, Dent. Last question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. If you were a camp counselor, what activity would you lead?
If I were a camp counselor, I would definitely have to be leading some indoor activities, because my allergies, as you can hear from my voice, are horrible right now. Also, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, so I'm thinking maybe music lessons, or maybe I could I'm really good events planner, maybe I could coordinate the dance that they have the final night of camp, or yeah, any kind of creative arts and crafts kind of thing, I think is what I'd be doing, because I'm not into camping, I'm not into canoeing. I mean, sort of once a year, if you're tripping on mushrooms out in the wilderness is fun, but otherwise I'm not going out there.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much, Dent. You've been a real joy to interview.
Thank you. Mwah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.